Students, Saira. Welcome back yet to the another class of English grammar. Let us start with our today's class. In our today's class, we are going to pick up the another topic of English grammar. In the last video, we have completed determiners. Now here in this video, we are going to move on with a new topic called modals. Now what is modals? Modals are set of verb used to express the mood or attitude of a speaker, and that is known as a modal. Now we all know what is a verb. The action we do, that is known as verb. When we do something, that is known as verb. So modal is also a kind of a verb which is a helping verb. When a verb is supported by words or a phrase or a group of words, that is known as modals. And these modals are known as auxiliary verb. Why they are known as auxiliary verb? Because auxiliary means helping. They support or help the verb that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb of the sentence. Now, if I say, if at times it happens that we are not able to understand what the person is saying on while messaging. Why? Because we don't know what is the mood, what is the actual attitude of that person. But that person, when is standing in front of us and speaking something with expressions, we come to know that he is in a good mood, he's in a bad mood, he has a lot of attitude or not. Same way, at times it happens that we have to use such modals with our verbs that shows our attitude, that our behavior and our mood, that how we are saying this. Are we asking for help? Are we giving an advice? Are we suggesting? Are we asking for permission? So this all things is being described by modals. If modals will not be there, then we will not come to know what is the actual mood of the verb. So, to tell the actual mood and the behavior and the attitude of the verb, what is used? Auxiliary verb, that is modal is used. Now, modals are like shall, will, should, would, can, could, may, might, must, ought to, used to, need, and etc. So these are a kind of modals. For example, if I give you a sentence, I play harmonium. Can I play harmonium? That means here you can easily understand that I'm asking, can I play? That is, I am taking the permission. Can I play your harmonium? That means here we can understand the mood while using the modals in a proper place. Now, let us move that modals are used in such ways, like they are used for permission. When we want to ask permission, we use certain modals. Ability, possibility, suggestion or advice, promise, intention, request, necessity, prohibition, and wish. So these are the certain categories in which the different modals are divided. When we want to have a permission from someone, we will use certain modals. When we want to see someone's ability, then we use certain other modals. That means these are the all categories where these auxiliary verb or the modals are used. So let us see that here I have shown you that modals are also known as auxiliary verbs. So they are of different kind. You can see here they are can, could, must, have to, should, would, will, shall not, won't, would not, should not, don't have to, must not, could not, and can't. That means if they're used in positive way, they are also used in a negative way. That means if I'm using that you should do this thing, that means I'm advising someone that you should do this thing. Then I can also use should in a negative form also. You should not do this thing. So modals are also used as positive and they are also used in a negative way. That means not is also applied to the modals. They also come in the category of modals. Now what is the nature of the modals? the first nature of the model is that models can never used alone. Why? Because if there is no verb, then models have no meaning of itself. I can upon the harmonium. Now tell me, does it make any sense? I can upon the harmonium. No, it does not make any sense. But if I say I can play upon the harmonium. Now this is the correct. That means model, if used alone, have no meaning. But if used with the verb, then it actually shows its actual meaning. Now they should always have verb with them. This you all should remember, that they are known as auxiliary verb. Why? Because they are the helping verb. That means model should not be used alone. There should be a verb used with them. Now, and always remember, they come before models. The second nature of models is that models don't change according to the number or person of the subject. That means we never use es in front of the models. Why? Number of the person can change. In front of plurals, we never write cans, we never write musts, mights. No, we don't. So model, the way they are, can means if it is used with singular, it will be can. If it is used with plural, then also it will be can. Its actual basic will not change, its actual model will not change. Can will remain can, might will remain might. So remember this, the word as they are, they will use with every words. Either they are singular, either they are plural. Second nature is very important. Always remember that though they are if they are used with single, then they will use the way they are. If they are used with plural, they will be the same as they are. No changes will be there. We are not allowed to add s or es in front of the models if they are used with plural. Now the third nature is models don't have the infinitive form. We can't place to with them in order to make their use in sentence. So the third very prominent nature of model is that we cannot use the word to with them. For example, we must to get there before time. Now here with must I have used to. Now this is incorrect. We don't have to use the word to with the auxiliary verb. Remember this, models are not we don't use to with the models. We just have to write we must get there before time. Get is the verb there and must is the auxiliary verb, that is the model. So with models we never use to. That is the third nature. Now one by one we will see the categories of the model. The first category we read was about the permission. When we ask for permission, we use the word may, can, could. Can is used with informal, may with formal, and could is very polite. Could I do this? Can I go there? And may I come in, ma'am? So this is the way they are used for the permission. When you are asking for permission, these three words are used. Then comes ability. If you're talking about ability of someone, then we use can, could, be, able to. Can, ability in present. You can do this. If we are talking about past, in past, what was your ability? Then say, could you do that? That is in that way we can use could. Ability in past. When we are using for past, we are talking something in past, and especially about the ability of someone. I could do that in my childhood, but I couldn't. So this is how could is used. Be able to. It is for any time. They suggest can suggest to any time. We can use that be able to any of the time. Now next category is possibility. If there is possibility of something, then may, might, and could. May is used for a good possibility, might for a very weak possibility, and could is used for a very weak possibility. So now the next category is suggestion. when we suggest, when we advise, or when there is duty, then two words are used, that is should and ought to. Should is used to express suggestion or to give advice. Whenever you are giving suggestion to someone, or you are giving advice to someone, then should is used. You should do this. This is how we advise. And when we suggest, you should, suggestion and advice is almost same, so you can say that should is used when someone is advising us that instead of doing this, you should do this. So should is used when someone is advising us. Ought to is that when forcefully someone is saying something. Then we when someone is advising or suggesting something to us with a forceful manner, then ought to is used. Now the next category is promise. When we promise, we said will or shall. I will be there on time. Okay, you shall come on time. Like this, when we promise that when we promise to someone, we use the words like will and shall. The next thing is request. When we make request to someone, we use the word would, won't, can and could. The next is necessity, that means compulsion. When there is compulsory, must, have to, had to. You have to come to school tomorrow. So this is how the necessity is being shown. Now let us see certain examples like, would you pass the sauce bottle please? Now here a request is being made, and that's why would is used. One should eat only when hungry. Now this is an advice made to a person. My key must be in the car. That means it's a possibility. It might rain tomorrow. Again, when we talk about possibility, we use might, must. I can't swim. So here, what we are seeing, he is telling about his ability, that I can't swim. May I ask a question? When a permission is asked, may I ask a question? Could I have some tea please? Again, for a permission. I will not be able to attend tomorrow's meeting. That means possibility, or the promise which they are giving. Now here I have a table for you all so that you can learn this easily. As you can see here, the models are given on one side, and the second is concept where they are used and with their example. Like for can is used with ability, can is used with permission, and can is also used with offers. Let's see the example. Julie can swim. Now here it is showing the ability of Julie. Second, when we are asking permission, can I come with you? Can or may, both can come, but because I am asking you, I have told you that can always used with informal and may is used with formal. So here can is used because a person might be talking to his friend or to his family member. Now when we offer something, can I help you? Now this is an offer we are giving to someone. Now the next model is could. Could is used with possibility, past ability, permission and request. That story could be true. Who knows? Now possibility, that story could be. The possibility, the word or the model could is showing the possibility. Yeah, it could be true, but we don't know. If we are showing the past ability of someone, what we say, Julie could swim when she was 4 years of, when she was 4 years old. When we ask for permission, could I use your phone please? When we make a request, could you tell me the way to the station please? Now the same way we have certain words which I think you should go through when I'll provide you the PDF, so that it will be easy for you to learn these tables. Like again I have one more table where ought to, should, could, can, have to, must, may, might is used with their examples. So this was all for today's class. I hope you have understand that what is model. Model is also known as auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb means helping verb, and they are always used with a verb because they tell the mood or the attitude of the verb. the way they are used, in which way they are telling, or in which way they are being used. So this is what model's job actually is, and I will provide the PDF to you all so that you can go through this table and you can easily learn where the models are used and the way they are used. So students, that's all for today's class. Thank you and take care.